Shalom, shalom, shalom there, Lonta. Yeah, I'm not going to harm you in a personal way. That would be wrong. My fight with you is because you used a grudge against me. And that is very bad. It is true that her and I generally fight. And she is definitely 100% in the wrong. Sometimes people are slow to learn. Unfortunately for her, she's on a very ugly path. What can I say? You can't make anybody do the right thing, and you can't make anybody do anything. They're just going to do what they desire to do, and, well, as usual with most humans, they end up paying the consequences. I can tell her everything that's going to come. She wouldn't believe me. So, what we can do is let a person go to screw up their life. And there's nothing more you can do. But for you, you have doctrinal problems. You mentioned that you believe in a rapture. Well, here's the chapter that's going to explain that you're wrong. I'll read it as best I can. The writing here is horrible. Not to mention my eyesight's going bad, so I'm doubly screwed. Alright. He's out of Matthew 13. One of the chapters in Matthew the Protestants avoid like the plague, because it messes up their pre-trib ideas. Here it goes in Matthew 13:24. I'll do the explanation in a bit. And Jesus told them another parable. The kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while he was sleeping, his enemy came and sowed weeds among the wheat and went away. When the wheat sprouted and formed heads, then the seeds also appeared. The owner's servant came to him and said, "Sir, did you not plant good seed in your field? Where did the weeds come from?" "The enemy did this," he replied. The servants asked him, "Do you want us to go and pull them up?" "No, because while you're pulling up the wheat, you may root up the wheat with it, or with them." Like I said, it's horrible right here. I'm getting glares when I'm fighting with. Let them both grow up together until the harvest, and at the time I will tell the harvesters to collect the weeds, tie them in bundles to be burnt, and then gather up the wheat and bring it into my barn. This has a meaning. The translation for it is starting at verse 36. Then he left the crowd, went into his house. His disciples came to him and said, "Explain to us the parable of the weeds in the field." He answered, "The one who sowed the good seed is the Son of Man. And the field is the world, and the good seed stands for the sons of the kingdom of heaven. The weeds are the sons of the evil one. The enemy who sowed them is the devil, and the harvest is at the end of the age, and the harvesters are the angels. As the weeds are pulled up and burnt in the fire, so it will be at the end of the age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will collect the weeds out of his kingdom, everything that caused sin, and all who do evil. He will throw them into the fiery furnace, where they will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine like the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who has ears, let him hear. You got ears, man? Well, God doesn't. She only believes the stuff she wants to believe. Ron doesn't either. He's buying off in this Pauline doctrine. Can't save Ron. He's too far gone. I mean, I can't. Nobody I know of can. Isa can, but that requires him to listen. Now, here I'm going to explain this to you. Matthew 24, starting at verse 4. And this is about the end of the age. Jesus said, "Watch out that no one deceives you, for many will come in my name, claiming I am the Christ, and will deceive many. You will hear of wars and rumors of wars, and see it that you will not be harmed. Such things must happen, but the end still to come. Nation will rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. There will be famines and earthquakes in various places. All these things are the beginning of birth pains. You will be handed over to be persecuted, not raptured. You will be put to death. You will be hated by all nations because of me. At that time, many will turn away should be of the faith, and betray and hate each other. And many false prophets will appear and deceive many." Reminds me of Ron. Prophet also can be teacher. "Because of the increase of wickedness, and the love of most will grow cold. But he who stands firm to the end will be saved." Salvation is not given yet. That's also at the end of the age. It happens after judgment. That's the reason for Yom Kippur. That's an unfulfilled prophecy. Lost my place. "And this gospel of the kingdom will be preached to the whole world as a testimony to all nations, and then the end will come." It comes. That's a representation of Yom Teruah or Rosh Hashanah. The Jews do Rosh Hashanah, us Messianics do Yom Teruah. "So you will see, standing in the holy place, the abomination that caused desolation spoken through the prophet Daniel. Let the reader understand and listen. To those who flee, those in Judah flee to the mountains. Let no one on the roof go to his house to take anything out of the house. Let no one go to the field to get his cloak. How dreadful it will be in those days for pregnant women and nursing mothers. Pray that your flight will not take place in the winter or in the Sabbath." It's going to occur in March, roughly, just before Passover. Other verses. "And then there will be great distress, unequal from the beginning of the world till now, and never will be equaled again. If those days had not been cut short, no one will survive, but for the sake of the elect, those days will be shortened. At the at that time, if anyone says unto you, look, here is the Christ, or he is here, do not believe it. For false Christ and false prophets will appear and perform great miracles to deceive even the elect. If that was possible. See, I have told you ahead of time. The verses after speaks of his coming. So how can you be raptured according to the doctrine when he's not here yet? See, if he came and did that and left and came again, that would be called a third coming, not a second. Sorry, Molado. That doctrine is false. It's false. As I said, I'm not here to destroy you personally. I won't do that. It is true, I know where you are. And regardless of whatever you claim, I have all the information. Now, you might want to criticize the source of it, which isn't me. Please blame the state of California. Because you have a business license, inactive. Looked it up. Found the house, looked it up. Looked it up in the realty, looked it up. Cross-referenced it to a phone number, got it. Tracked down most of your well, you won't call them porn sites. Actually, I think those websites are designed to catch IP addresses, because no one of any delusion would go there and spend any time since, well, there's nothing there. Yeah, I saw the first page, but whoopee. This doctrine is false, brother. Notice I call you brother. Ron is Hasiton. And he doesn't understand that either. Hasiton actually means adversary. Not Satan. Well, Satan means adversary. But, most people take Satan, actually it just means adversary. Satan is a person that's adversarial. It's disruptive, it's destructive, that is. I can go on, but it's a worthless person. A person that will eventually find their judgment. So much for your pre-trib. If you don't believe me, he said it himself. And it's not just the only place it shows up. I think I can find it in a few more places. Sorry. If you're Christian, you're born to be a martyr. I can tell you now, many will fall away from the faith and take the mark. Either they're not Christian in truth, or they will just not want to go through it. And it's going to be hard not to take it. Because the guy coming back, and it's the series that you guys keep taking me from, well, he's coming back. He's been here before. Actually, Sarai did some of the early work on it. But since her and I have been fighting, I've been picking up, well, her work and taking it further. So much for the pre-trib rapture. I've debunked it about 5 times already, and I just debunked it again. It's not that hard. It's false. It's a lie. Originally, the rapture idea came up with the Puritans in the 1600s. Somebody else made a claim of something in the 14, but I find no reference to that. And it achieved more flair and popularity in the 1800s with the I just went brain dead. The charismatic movements. That'd be Pentecost, Church of God, on and on and on. Sorry. It's false. It's a lie. And if you're banking on that, then you're believing in a lie. Try to read the actual scriptures. Ignore the lies. I work solely in prophecy. That's what he wanted. That's what I teach. That and the law. The law that one person broke. And another person breaking bad. And there's several others out there. But I can't fix everything. It's not my job. You can tell a person to prepare, but you can't force them to prepare. All I'm saying is, you've got very little time left on the calendar, and you better get right. And that's all I'm going to say. I mean, even when I talk to atheists, I don't hit them over the head with a sledgehammer. I just talk to them. See, if you're talking to somebody, you'll get a whole lot further than playing these childish little games of yours. As I said before, I don't hate you. I'm just angry at you. Don't bring McGraw ever into a conversation with me again. The only one who can enter in said conversation is her. Anybody else, that's dangerous territory. Because a lot of things she's saying only supports her weak position. Because she knows what's true as much as I do. And the rest, that's up to God. Well, take care, Molado. Try to study. Try to get away from the doctrine. Try to forget about Paul, as you call him. I just call him Saul of Tarsus. He's a liar. Everything that's in those books of his are perversions of the truth. I actually think that he is the one that John spoke of as the beast of his day. Other people think Nero, and you get different points of view, but it doesn't matter. Only matters what God thinks. And that's all that matters. Have a good night. Tell your wife hello for me. Shalom.